I am Dr. Chinyere Almona, the Director General and Chief Executive Officer of the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry. I'm thankful to the organizers of AFSIC Investment in Africa Conference for the opportunity to speak about investment opportunities in Nigeria. I believe the best place to start this conversation will be to take a look at the profile of Nigeria. The current population of Nigeria is over 200 million people, which is equivalent to 2.64% of the world population. We rank 7th in the list of countries by population. 52% of the population is urban, and it's a very youthful population. The United Nations estimates that by the year 2050, Nigeria will double in size. We are one of the world's biggest oil exporters, and we produce about 2 million barrels of oil per day. But why should you invest in Nigeria? Here are 25 good reasons why you should invest in Nigeria, and I'll highlight a few. The investment incentives are quite generous. The federal government set up the Nigerian Investment Promotion Commission, which is charged with the responsibility of encouraging, promoting, and coordinating investment in Nigeria. And to do this, they've come up with a lot of investment incentives, ranging from tax incentives to operational and policy incentives. And these incentives are quite generous. Nigeria is an essential component of every Africa strategy. You would have heard of the Africa Continental Free Trade Agreement, which establishes a single market in Africa, promoting free flow of goods, services, and investments across the region. And there has been, the Brookings Institution estimate that Africa's economic size will rise to about 6.7 trillion. Nigeria is a major player in that agreement. The federal government plans to capture about 10% of Africa's imports and double export revenue by 2030. So we are a big player in this regard. For most businesses in Nigeria, the projections are high growth. One, because of the population, and also because there are so many opportunities to invest and do good business in Nigeria. The return on investment is also quite generous. Nigeria is estimated to become the 14th largest economy by 2050. That means that the best time to invest in Nigeria is now. In the last 5 years, the business climate has continued to improve. The federal government set up the Presidential Enabling Business Environment Council, which is charged with looking at the World Bank Ease of Doing Business reports and seeing how we can improve on all the indicators in that report. And in the last 5 years, we've continued to increase in our ranking in the World Bank reports. In Q2 of 2021, there was a 5.01% increase in GDP. And the economy is opening up. So if you look at this slide, here are the sectors, and you can see that for most of the sectors, there has been an expansion between 2020 and date, which means that the economy is open for business, open for more investment, and able to generate returns on those investments. I have itemized here specific industries that investors can look to if they want to come into Nigeria. The National Bureau of Statistics indicate that these industries contribute significantly to the Nigerian economy in 2021. Let's start with agriculture. Agriculture is a sector that contributes significantly to GDP, about 24% to GDP, and accounts for 55% of labor. I'm highlighting the palm oil production because it has a potential of generating $45 billion annually. In the oil and gas space, I highlight cooking gas because in the past few years, the price of the cooking gas has continued to increase year on year. If you look at it, that's a critical analysis of that increase points to some challenges within the supply chain, which means that if there's a new investment in this area, we can explore ways to make that product affordable to more people, and that will generate a lot of returns on the investments. Another untapped area is mining and solid minerals sector. Nigeria is considered a global haven for 54 unexploited mineral resources. 54. And the mining sector has not been tapped at all. So this is an area that has the potential to create jobs, address social issues, and grow the entire economy, and see good potential for investments. In the tech sector, we see a current boom, particularly with the young ones. The COVID-19 pandemic provided a strong boost for digitization efforts across Nigeria in all sectors, in all areas of life. And so Nigerian startups have continued to raise a lot of money in that space. And foreign investors have contributed significantly to the money being raised in this sector. Power is one area where we have faced a lot of challenges in Nigeria. The current grid capacity is 5.4 gigawatts. Meanwhile, the consumption needs averages 12.9 gigawatt. That gives you a huge, huge gap. And it's, as at 2019, and I'm sure the figure is probably similar in 2021, 74% of the energy consumed in Nigeria came from generators. So this sector is one that most investors should look into, because there's a lot of capacity, and consumers are waiting. The education sector contributes less than 2% of GDP. Now that would be surprising for a country with over 200 million people. Therefore, Nigerians are spending about $2.8 billion annually on foreign education, which means that if investors step into this space and create educational infrastructure, they will stand to get a big chunk of the $2.8 billion going to foreign institutions every year. The manufacturing sector accounts for 22.5% of GDP. But we spent about $24.42 billion in 2020 on manufactured products. Can you imagine what will happen if we're able to manufacture those products in Nigeria? So we need investors who can build manufacturing infrastructure in Nigeria to provide some of these products to the over 200 million people that we have. To present a balanced perspective, I must tell you that there are some challenges in investing and doing business in Nigeria. But in my mind, some of these challenges pose great potential for investments. For instance, I spoke about power supply and the difference between the available supply and the consumer's need. So power supply is one that most businesses will grapple with, and one that foreign investors can step into. Insecurities in that area, the federal government is working hard to improve the security infrastructure and the security climate in Nigeria. And any investor with great ideas on security will be welcome. Like most emerging markets economies, government policies are sometimes a challenge because they can change without notice. sometimes they change with change of government. But this is an area where most businesses are able to identify and manage the risk. Lack of adequate infrastructure, transportation, road network, water. These are clear challenges that we face in Nigeria that investors can step in and do something about and earn very high returns. Otherwise, most businesses in Nigeria are managing these at high costs, of course. Corruption continues to plague Nigeria. Every investor has an option not to indulge in corrupt practices. Access to funds remains a challenge because the money market isn't as liquid as it should be. The Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry plays a significant role in the development of Nigerian economy. For one, we have an open line of communication with the three tiers of government, the federal government, state government, and local government, and we're constantly engaged in advocacy initiatives. We promote trade. So facilitation of inward and outward trade mission for businesses is something that we do to improve the business climate and enhance the businesses of our members. For over 30 years, the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry has hosted the Lagos International Trade Fair, which provides a platform for B2B business interactions and B2C business interactions as well. It is the largest trade fair in West Africa and the second largest in Africa. The Chamber also has an arbitration center that provides services and an alternative dispute mechanism to resolve business conflicts. And this is the point where I say thank you for listening to me, and you can contact us, lcci@lagoschamber.com. Bye now and enjoy the rest of the conference.